A scientist or a rationalist would ask, what if Rambau is using any fire retardant material on his clothing? What must have been his body temperature? What is the temperature inside the fireplace? We will find out later. I asked him why his clothing and hair did not catch fire. He replied that he was in union with the fire, and fire is friendly to him, and the fire does not harm him. This raging inferno is now engulfing Rambau. He adjusts himself to a comfortable position. The fire is blowing in all directions. I can no longer bear the heat or the smoke, so I move away. I asked him what technique he uses to get into union with the fire. This was his brief explanation. I internally magnify the fire several 100,000 times, and there comes a point where I get linked and united with the magnified fire. This minute focus is my link. It is hard to notice his technique because it appears so effortless. Later on, it became apparent to me that he never tries to hide any information. In a typical landmark style of Indian yogis, I would get a small piece of the puzzle every time I talked to him. Then I would carefully reconstruct everything he had said to me, and a few days later, I would verify the facts. Rambau has entered an altered state. His head is bulged and features appear stiff. Rambau seems to be communicating with the fire by using sign language. There is no set amount of time for how long he stays in the fire. It ranges from 1 to 10 minutes at a stretch. Now the fire is blazing, reaching heights above 9 feet. Rambau himself takes a break and returns. Throughout the ritual, Rambau typically holds his breath while he continues to chant his secret mantra. The breathing cycle starts at 1.5 minutes and slowly increases to 3 minutes, then peaks at 5 minutes for each inhale. That is how he reaches a near complete focus and control over his physical senses and consciousness. By any standard of measure, it is a remarkable feat. Rambau told me that if he does not follow this breathing technique, he would be severely burned. Rambau adds more sticks to the fireplace. He periodically has to take time to refocus on his connection with the fire. Rambau explained to me that by holding his breath, it allows him to concentrate and focus his energy. All his senses and thoughts will remain largely suspended, and he will have just 10% realization of what's happening. Rambau doesn't show any sign of being tired or weakened despite this intense ritual and his fasting since morning. By now, he has been in fire for an hour and a half. Our cameramen were constantly looking for some bruises or burns on his feet, hands, shoulders, or any part of his exposed body, but there was none. I asked Rambau, how critical is it to have a guru to follow? He states without his guru's blessings, grace, and training, he could not have accomplished anything. He owes everything to him. Again, Rambau starts feeding the fire, now with herbal green, a medicinal herb with religious significance. This is traditionally used with the worship of Ganesha. Herbal green is also used as a treatment for diabetes. When viewing the rising flames, we only see part of the fire. There is actually more heat coming from beneath him that's generated by a 4-foot deep bed of coals. Rambau knows that the herbal smoke has medicinal value. Aromatherapy of ancient Indian medicine is based on this principle. He has heard of cases where people with terminal illnesses have been cured by inhaling the herbal smoke during the ritual. He would like to have this scientifically researched to prove its validity. I cannot explain the type of excitement and intoxication the audience experiences. Their anticipation increases, much like the intensification of the fire. They want to see him challenge even bigger flames. I wonder if Rambau feels as if he is holding a beloved baby as he stands to walk around the fireplace.